Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Alex Iwobi has said that Marco Silva told the players to be confident and be relaxed ahead of Saturday's victory over West Ham. Iwobi was excellent in a new three-man midfield alongside Andre Gomez and Tom Davies, who also performed really well as well. Iwobi said he enjoyed playing in that central role. It's something which he's done all of his career. Well, he enjoys doing all of his career. He plays there, of course, for Nigeria, and he gave Everton, a new dynamism in that midfield. He said that Marco Silva told him to carry the team forward quickly as much as he could, and that's what he did. And to be honest, Everton haven't really had that type of midfielder who travels with the ball in those areas since Ross Barkley left. So I think that made a big difference to the way we played at the weekend. He also said that Saturday could be the turning point for Everton. It's probably a little bit early to talk about turning points, but it was a good start to hopefully a more positive run. Obviously, losing 4 games on the run was really poor, and we'd like to think now that after Saturday's victory we can go on a much better run, and only in a few weeks or a few months even will we be able to look at it and say whether it was a turning point or not. But it was a good start, certainly at the weekend. Wim Kieft, who used to be a Dutch international, told Dutch media that Marcel Brands needs to take a look at himself in the mirror. Speaking about a couple of players that PSV bought and didn't really develop well enough, apparently Brands had been a little bit critical of those, but Kieft wasn't having it and blamed Brands for it. He said Marcel Brands should have come out and apologised for costing PSV too much money. He then went on to say that Brands has spent a lot of money at Everton, and Everton only finished 8th last season, and this season being in or near the bottom 3, he feels as though Brands has made mistakes and has put pressure on Marco Silva. So he said Brands wants to have a look in the mirror. Who knows what to do with that? We'll see. Thomas Meunier, the PSG right back, had been speaking over the weekend about the fact that he nearly joined Everton. He said there was an offer there to join Everton, which would have been fun. He said they would have played a lot. I don't know whether Seamus Coleman knew anything about that, but Meunier said his first option was to stay at PSG. That's what he really wanted to do. He said also the fact that Everton weren't in Europe made it a more difficult more difficult choice really, but his number one thing was to stay at PSG. But he's a good player. Scores goals as well, that right back position. But interesting the fact that he was talking about how much he would have played. I wonder if people had promised him game time at Everton, and proves again, I suppose, that Everton are looking for a permanent right back. Joe Gelhardt is on the hit list for Everton and Liverpool. The 17-year-old Wigan winger scored his first goal in the Championship earlier in the season in a 2-2 draw with Hull. Very exciting young winger. He scored 12 goals in 15 games at England under 17 level and has 4 in 6 games for them at under 18 level. Both Everton and Liverpool monitoring the Merseyside-born winger. Everton have also been chasing Unai Nunes, apparently, the Atletico Bilbao centre-back. Spoke about that last week, and he's changed his agent in the hope that he gets a move in January, according to sources in Spain. So I don't know what's happening there, but he looks a good prospect. Obviously, 22-year-old centre-back. Everton in the market for a centre-back as well. He switched his agent to try and force a move, so we'll see what happens with that one. And apparently Lewis Gibson, who is out of contract next summer, is being chased by PSV Eindhoven and Ajax. The 19-year-old defender still yet to figure for Marco Silva in a competitive game for Everton. Did play a lot of the pre-season friendlies, of course, in the summer. Everton's still hopeful that he will sign a new deal with the club, but apparently Ajax and PSV now monitoring the situation along with Newcastle and Glasgow Rangers. And finally, the maddest story of the day, coming from Calcio Mercato in Italy, is that AC Milan are looking at trying to get Moise Kean. It said they are monitoring the Kean situation as he continues to struggle in England. That to me is nonsense, absolute nonsense. Kean being given the opportunity to settle into life on Merseyside. Would I want him to play more? 100%. But at the moment, he came on at the weekend and played a pivotal part in Everton's second goal. Started that on the halfway line, good bit of control, played it down the line. Then when got involved, won the ball back for the Charles and he gave it to Sigurdsson and scored. And then he was all over Instagram with great win, come on you Blues and all that. So Keane, you know, he's a young lad, come to a different country, he's got to develop, got to get used to the Premier League. He looked more, he was only on the pitch, obviously 10 minutes at the weekend, but he looked far more comfortable than he has done. And I think once he gets that first goal, there won't be anything stopping him. And that story to me is nonsense. Put it in the bin. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. See you later.